I work for all of you. I'm George Leventhal. I represent you on the Montgomery County Council, and I'm visiting the Berman Academy in Sulam today.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Absolutely. Can I start with a question?
You certainly cannot start with anything.
Yeah. So can you start by explaining the relationship between Sulam and the Berman Academy?
I'll start out by giving you just a little bit of a history of Sulam. Sulam began about 18 years ago. It was started around a kitchen table by mothers who had children with intellectual disabilities. They felt very strongly that they wanted their child to attend the community school that the other children attended. They felt very uncomfortable with the idea that because their child had a disability, somehow they had to be excluded. Where their other children went, where their friends went, where their community members went, and benefit from the community experience that everyone has the right to benefit from. So they formed a small program called Sulam and moved into a true inclusion model, which is, true inclusion is you put the child in the classroom.
Leventhal?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Mike.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
All right, how are you?
Great lecture. This was really interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Mike's one of my stars here. He's he absolutely is one of the stars of the class.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
You like American history?
Yes.
It's so interesting. Yeah. Who's your favorite president?
I would say Obama.
Wow. Good answer. Excellent. Well done. Good answer.
Put them in a room or a passage or a hallway, you know, somewhere else in the building and say, okay, we're inclusive because they're in the same building. That's not inclusion. Inclusion is when you bring the child into the classroom and they become a real contributing member of the school community in the same way as every other child. We own that student. We take care of all of their needs. We give them the supports that they need. But Berman teachers are actually having these children in their classrooms. So Berman and Sulam have to be in close collaboration and partnership. So many people say, well, if you're bringing children into classrooms with disabilities, doesn't that lower the standard of education in general education? And our answer is no, actually it elevates the standard of education because the teacher is then required to teach to all a diverse range of students. I think that the very important piece in this picture is that by having a diverse population in a school, you develop a greater sense of inclusion within the general population.
Yes,
you develop empathy, you develop compassion, and you truly, authentically learn that every single individual in this world has something to add, something of value.
So that's an ideal vision.
Yes.
The reality is that kids can be mean.
Oh, yes.
I mean, kids are kids.
Yes.
You know.
So, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
There is research that shows that children who are in classrooms with children with diverse learning needs tend to learn more, to be more compassionate. That is not saying that they're 100% compassionate. That doesn't happen in the world.
No.
So what do we do with that? First of all, we educate the child who needs to learn the compassion, but we also educate the person with the differences to say, you know what, this is the world.
Yes.
You're going to encounter this stuff. What are you going to do about it? So, people say you've only got 31 students. How effective is this? And my answer to that is there are 750 students in Berman Hebrew Academy who are learning what a diverse range of the population is. They are learning the compassion, they're learning the empathy, they are learning to treat people with dignity and respect. Hi guys. Good morning. Come and take a seat. So we've invited these two lovely students so that they can tell you a little bit about their experience being Sulam students.
I have dyslexia, so they teach me different ways to read. Like, I've learned so many different tools to help get around words with the new reading specialist that they brought in specifically this year to help certain kids that need the extra support.
Amina, do you want to tell us about your experiences being part of a student of the Berman group? What is your social life like?
So I have a lot of friends. They don't, well, it's nice because the Berman kids don't really care that you're in Sulam, and I know in a lot of other schools, I have some friends in public schools that were in special ed programs and stuff like that, and they weren't treated as well. I'm in fully Sulam English class because I have trouble writing and reading, so which is great because I need the extra support. So the classes that I need the extra support in are fully Sulam, and then the other ones that I don't need specifically extra help in, I'm in Berman classes.
Sulam has helped me out a lot. So I used to be in a lot of, in like pretty much just Sulam classes except for Judaics. Now I take like history.
Abraham, can you describe the reason why you were placed in Sulam? What are your limitations on capacity?
Like I have issues with reading comprehension and understanding math problems, like complicated math problems.
Abraham, what are some of your outside of academic areas? Tell us a little bit about those things that you do.
All right, so I'm on the Berman baseball team.
Great. What position do you play?
Right field and designated hitter. I sing in the school a cappella group, and I'm not going to sing now.
I like your confidence.
Yes.
Confidence and attitude make a
Yes.
big difference.
Yes.
They really do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you for
you.
coming.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
What should the county be doing for this population?
The biggest thing is support us in our work.
Yeah.
Recognize the importance. Recognize that special education is costly, whichever way you cut it. Special education is costly. Recognize that if you don't put the money in when the individual is in their early years, you will be putting the money in their later years.
Right.
So it's better to put it in the early years because everyone benefits that way, and the individual becomes a productive member of society. You need to put this education into place when they're young. It is far more cost effective to put the money into an appropriate education, make sure that they're learning how to function in the world so they can become productive members of society.